Have you ever looked at a map of Antarctica and wondered what secrets lie beyond its vast frozen expanse? We are told it as the coldest, driest, and highest continent on Earth, a land of stark, icy beauty. But what if I told you there's a legend whispered among old sailors and fringe explorers of a hidden passage, a place known only as Summer's Gate? This isn't a story you'll find in official textbooks or scientific journals. Summer's Gate is a myth, a piece of modern folklore born from the age of exploration and the human desire for the unknown. The tale speaks of a seasonal anomaly, a fleeting passage that supposedly opens up for just a few days during the peak of the Antarctic summer, revealing a world hidden from our own, lands beyond our own. The origins of the legend are murky, pieced together from forgotten ship logs, cryptic diary entries, and the tall tales told in smoky port taverns. Some say the first mention dates back to the early 19th century, from a whaling ship blown wildly off course by a freak storm. The captain's log, supposedly, describes sailing through a narrow channel of impossibly warm, turquoise water, flanked by cliffs not of ice, but of dark, volcanic rock covered in strange, luminescent moss. They claim to have seen a sky filled with unfamiliar constellations and felt a warmth on their skin that had no place at the South Pole. According to the lore, this passage leads to a temperate, subglacial ecosystem, a lost world thriving in the geothermal heat from the Earth's crust. Imagine a vast cavern, miles wide, illuminated by a natural ethereal glow from bioluminescent flora. A place where ancient species, long thought extinct, might still roam. Giant, flightless birds, bizarre marine life in a warm inland sea, and plant life that has evolved in complete isolation for millennia. It sounds like something straight out of a Jules Verne novel, doesn't it? The legend of Summer's Gate gained more traction in the mid-20th century during the flurry of polar expeditions. Reports from pilots and surveyors would occasionally surface, mentioning strange radar anomalies or fleeting visual phenomena. A pilot might report seeing a valley of green flash beneath their wings for a split second before it vanished into the whiteout. A sonar operator might record a deep, unexplained chasm on the seafloor that seemed to appear and disappear with the tides. A strange pyramid peeking out of the clouds. These were always dismissed as equipment malfunctions, optical illusions, or simple human error under extreme pressure. But for believers, they were tantalizing clues. One of the most compelling parts of the myth is the idea of a guardian. The stories often speak of an unpredictable and powerful magnetic field that protects the entrance to Summer's Gate. This field is said to scramble compasses, disable electronics, and even affect human perception, causing disorientation and hallucinations. This conveniently explains why the passage is so hard to find and why no one has ever brought back definitive proof. You can't photograph what your camera refuses to capture. You can't map a location that seems to shift and move. The lore also describes a specific set of conditions required for the gate to open. It's not just about the time of year. It involves a rare alignment of specific tidal forces, a unique solar wind event, and a particular geothermal pulse from deep within the Earth. All these factors must converge perfectly to temporarily weaken the magnetic shield and melt the ice plug that conceals the entrance. A cosmic lock and key, if you will. The window of opportunity is said to be incredibly brief, sometimes lasting only a few hours before the ice refreezes and the passage vanishes for another year, or perhaps another decade. Over the years, many have tried to find Summer's Gate. Eccentric billionaires have funded secret expeditions. Seasoned explorers have risked their lives, chasing whispers and following crudely drawn maps found in old sea chests. All have returned empty-handed, or not at all, their disappearances only adding to the mystique of the legend. Skeptics, of course, have a much simpler explanation. They argue that Summer's Gate is a classic example of a modern myth, a romantic tale created to fill the blank spaces on our map and in our imagination. Antarctica is a place of extreme isolation and sensory deprivation. It's a continent where the mind can play tricks, where mirages are common, and where the line between reality and hallucination can become blurred. The idea of a vast, temperate world beyond the ice is highly probable. While subglacial lakes and geothermal vents do exist in Antarctica, like Lake Vostok, they are environments of extreme pressure and darkness, home to microbial life, not a thriving ecosystem of complex plants and animals. The energy required to maintain such a large, warm cavern would be immense, far greater than any known geothermal activity on the continent. What if there's still one last truly undiscovered frontier on our own planet? In an age where satellites have mapped every inch of the globe, the idea that a place so magical could exist, hidden in plain sight, is incredibly appealing. It taps into that fundamental human spirit of adventure and our deep-seated love for mystery. So is Summer's Gate real? The legend itself tells us something important about ourselves. It shows our enduring fascination with the unknown and our need to believe that there are still wonders in the world waiting to be found. It is a testament to the power of stories to transform a desolate wasteland of ice into a landscape of infinite possibility. The next time you see a picture of Antarctica's endless white horizon, maybe you'll think of the myth of Summer's Gate and wonder, just for a moment, what secrets might be hiding just beneath the surface. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you love stories about mysteries and legends, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more adventures. Let me know in the comments what other myths you'd like me to explore. See you next time.